What's going on, y'all? Welcome to the Dynamic Automotive Window Tinting YouTube channel. I'll be giving you guys tutorials on how to tint some windows, pretty much any automotive window. This is an 01 CRV. I'll be showing you guys how to dry shrink a front windshield. Stick with me, we'll see how it goes. Right, dry shrinking. So first off, I already coated the front windshield with Dove soap. I usually use dryer sheets, but in this demonstration, I'll be using Dove soap. This is gonna be a learning experience, not only for you, but for me as well. Today I'm going to be using a heat gun from Harbor Freight. These things are cheap. They're like less than 20 bucks, I believe. It has good heat distribution as well as good blower speed. Amazon shrink card. These things are small. Doesn't really put that much bulk in the pockets. That's why I like using them. Red dot equipped with a 30-degree blade. You could use the regular ones. Preference, I just like the 30-degree ones. So prior to rolling it on, I like spraying the middle of the glass so it doesn't move. When unrolling the film, you want to make sure it's rolled in the factory direction, meaning grain shrinks up and down depending on what you're shrinking. After you unroll your film, you want to trim off the excess. I like to stamp my film in a cross pattern. I like to divide my front windshields in fours. Easier for me to manage and shrink. You want to avoid cutting off too much. The reason why I leave a lot on the top is in the event that it gets hard to shrink, if I make any mistakes down here, I still have film up here, able to shift it down and continue shrinking. Pretty much what I'm gonna do is heat up the peak of each bubble while moving left to right. What's gonna happen is the film is gonna shrink onto the glass, forming with the glass. You want to give a good amount of space between the heat gun and the surface. Watch out because you don't want to burn the film and you don't want to shatter the glass. I'm currently working on setting number 2. So what I'm doing here is I'm splitting the bubble so it's easier to manage when shrinking. If this is your first time, definitely take your time doing it. This isn't a race, you're learning at your own pace. Maybe I will have to push shrink a little. So for me, when it starts to bunch up like this, that's when I remove the excess film up top. Now to trim your piece down to size. On to cleaning the front windshield. I did remove the old front windshield tint on it, so I already got that out of the way. We're going to be using a blue scrubbing pad from Home Depot. This Squeegee from Dragon Distributing. This from Dirty Tools. Shout out Mike. Got a Conquistador. I think this is from Amazon also. The Expo PPF Squeegee. Fusion Tools Orange Crush. Towels are from Amazon. All of the tools that I use for this job, I'm gonna link down in the description so you can go ahead and check that out. And a sprayer from True Spray Systems. Since it's already scraped, all I have to do is scrub it. Now to start getting our film ready for a reverse roll. Doesn't matter which side you start on, but I like to start on the driver's side. Move on over to the passenger side. Remove the liner. Not all the way. I develop a habit where I start from the bottom corner just a little bit, just to start off my roll. Start on the passenger side. Prior to install, Start on the driver's side during install. Hopefully that made sense. For starters, get yourself comfortable. Depending on your core strength, this might be a pain in the ass. I'd like to give it one more final pass with a squeegee prior to install. Usually I do final passes with the squeegee from Dirty Tools. Now you don't want to soak the windshield, you just want to give it enough moisture so that you can move your film around, make sure it's in place. Now that we have our tint in here, this is what I meant when I said start on the passenger side from the outside, start on the driver's side from the inside. Well, like I didn't really say that, but that's what I meant to say. Want to start peeling it out slowly. You're gonna end up with the liner on the opposite side. Make sure that you're avoiding the headliner. Film is centered, and if everything looks good to you, go ahead and stamp that film on. For final pass, I usually use a blue max. Today I'll be using the orange crush. It's hot out, so I'm just gonna let the sun do the rest of the drying. I'm pushing it with a little bit more pressure just to make sure all of the moisture is out, or majority of the moisture is out. Now this is where the longer handle comes into play. It's alright, kind of like it. It'll take some time for it to grow on me, but it'll do for now. I'm gonna take you over to a B-roll.